Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me again for another episode of Tikomo with Selima Henok, a platform where we basically just get to sit and talk. We talk about our cultures and traditions. We talk about the entertainment and art industry or the creative industry in general. And I'm excited that you are joining me for these episodes where I'm just sharing about these topics, these particular topics. And I've been sharing about the Shimbango cultural items, and I have decided to pack them for now since I went to record this event that I'll be sharing with you today, which is the Damara Dress. Hey, this lady said the event of the Damara Dress where they were just parading and promoting their cultural items, and also the excitement that I saw at the event was just overwhelming. I mean, when people know their identity, when they know their culture, there's just something about that. It's just something different that you see when people are gathered and they are talking about their culture and just showcasing their cultural items. Whew. Ingase koro museng tongadi ke o damadi ke dama tongadi ingase soke koro to muse. It was just so beautiful. Hey,
Sedi ngisa ngukwe rokwesa hareha ngukwe rokwesti serami amai nama ko wap ngarang ai besen our blooming dress di amai sitira sisedi ko wap nga sisedi hareha o rokwesti serami
Kait ngati kuma isapeti ngisa tuati isapeti nukwe tuati oto koma kaiye ha o aye koma sa ho koma hawe ha o ai we tap aira ngoba kwen uan komo ai teros ai ke kaina ho tere koma kona tuati hore ba ko uti komo ai suate ai suate kon senko wa kaiti komo aye kuwe kain mi ai tani tere koma aye
seeing these ladies in their cultural dress, and how the dress was having different patterns. It was embroidered according to one's like, and the ladies have also modernized some of the dresses. Of course, the elders are not quite optimistic or happy with the fact that the dresses need to be modernized, but they mentioned that you cannot wear the modernized dress, for example, at a wedding or a cultural event or a funeral. You have to wear a fully made cultural Damara dress that doesn't have any form of design or modernized, that is not modernized in any way. But with that, the ladies were just, I mean, it was just a beautiful thing that they came together just to, and it wasn't the first event that they had. They had a couple of events where they were just promoting the Damara dress in general. And I was interviewing one of the youngsters, or some of the youngsters, and what they were saying, or what they told me, was that what they found out, they did a little bit of research, and they found out that the Damara women basically just don't wear their dresses when there are events, where there are cultural events, or maybe just events where people are having celebrations and so forth. You'll find them wearing the Oshivambo dress, or you'll find them wearing the Nama dress or the Oshierero dress, and they actually wondered as to why. And after doing the little research, they found out that the ladies just didn't know much about the Damara dress. That's how the ladies came up with this concept of promoting the Damara dress, so that the ladies can start taking pride in their Damara dress. And over the years they have been doing that, and I'm seeing a change, because I'm seeing that the ladies are I'm starting to see the Damara dresses at a couple of events when I attend some events. And the Miss Namibia 2021, they were wearing the Damara dress. all the 14 contestants, or the 15 or 14, there was a time that they were wearing the Damara dresses. They came to our workplace, and I also saw some pictures of them wearing the Damara dress. Oh, they were looking so beautiful. Oh, the girls were looking so cute. The dress is just so beautiful. I'm just not don't know why people really never promoted the dress, but it's a quite interesting dress, and the way it's made in different colors, and also just the embroidery that is done on the dresses. One of the elders that was there, which was Mami Rosa. She's a cultural custodian and also an activist. I've interviewed her on a couple of things, and she was just explaining to me, how the make of the dress and also the importance of the dress. She called the ladies, she was calling the ladies Qinisa Nukwe Daradi. Oh, doesn't it sound cute? It basically just means happy women. Happy women, if I should put it, yes, it basically just means happy women. And she just listened to her, just listen to what she was talking about, and how she was just describing these women with pride, how she was just full of pride, seeing the ladies in their Damara dress, in their cultural dress, and she was just full of pride, and you could see it in her. You could see how she was smiling and describing this lady. So let's have a listen. Let's have a look at what Mami Rosa was saying and describing the Damara dress in general.
Isabe Tikomo neba hawe hao hawe komakai isabe Tikom kai hao o nabare tuate koma tai bare wakaite ha tesore aye we tesore aye tai. Can you just browse for me and facing these great women? Can you just do that for me once so that you face these great women? And this is from the point that I want to speak. When you realize who you are, when you are no longer shy of your ancestry, this is what happens. And today, here we stand. And we are Ngisangukwe Darati. The Ngisangukwe Darati originals of Namibia. For a very long time, this dress has been degraded, but we are today at a great level where women proudly can say what it means. There today we are celebrating the embroidery that you have seen. And embroidery comes from our great-grandmothers, and our mothers. It is something that has come over generations, and it is done by hand. Embroidery is something that is significant in the house. You will find a cloth with some verses and some messages that are naturally put into the house. You will also find the bedding, double beds, single bedding, pillowcases. You will find the duke, everything with embroidery. Embroidery also is a memory that has very beautiful calming effects for the one who is the embroiderer. It also is building guilt. You have seen guilts, they are also embroidery that our mothers are doing. So today what we want to do is once more as a cultural effect to bring out that, so that the women and the young generation can embrace this beautiful art. It is an art that never was alone. It is an art that never was isolated. It was art that mothers and their daughters, their husbands, brothers were embracing because it was a decor, especially internal and also external. So today the Ngukwe women, the women we call the Damara women, have come to a point to embrace this in our dress. And in
Yep, I told you. I told you. I mean, you could just see how full of pride the elder is, describing the dress, and also just talking about the ladies and how they were looking so beautiful and so forth. And so there's a couple of things that when I was reading up about the Damara dress that I found out. So the Damara women adopted the dress from the Christian missionaries those years when they came to Namibia. So they adopted the dress from the Christian missionaries apparently, and over the years, of course, the dresses evolved. I also read up that depending of which side of the town you are coming from, the dress is also made, or the color is sometimes made in a way of which side of town you are coming from. Like for example, the Damara communities from the northern side of the Swakop River, they wear the dress in blue, and the ones from the south, from the south of the Swakop River, they wear the dresses in green. And the head that they make also is also made or sometimes designed according to where the person is from. So it depends also which clan you are from, which Damara clan you are from. So the make and the type of the dress is also made in such a way, and the color as well. So you can identify like, oh, this person is from Bantu, this Thomas, this person is from Swakopmund, this person, Erongo region, these people are from the south. It's made in such a way, which is also quite interesting for me to find out. And also, like for example, there's also a concept of when a lady, her husband dies apparently, when she becomes a widow, she needs to wear the Damara dress. There's a dress that she needs to wear for a year. She apparently needs to wear it for a year. But a lot of nowadays they are not doing that. But when I was reading up about the Damara dress, they were mentioning how this can be bad luck apparently if you are not wearing the dress for the whole year, which is now that Damara dress, that a certain Damara dress that ladies that become widows are supposed to wear throughout. Some of them just wear it maybe for the first week or so forth now, but it's apparently supposed to be worn for a whole year according to their cultures and customs on how they are supposed to do that. So I was also interviewing these two young ladies, that the Damara ladies that they were one of the organizers of the event, and they were looking, of course, beautiful, and they were just describing the importance of preserving our culture and making sure that we pass it to the future generation, so that they will understand and have an understanding of the importance of our outfits, our cultural items, and so forth. So let's have a look at these ladies on how they were describing their cultural items, their cultural dress. Let's have a look.
As a young person, it's very, very important and very valuable to cherish the heritages of all our ancestors, simply because it's through them that we rejuvenate and bring a light to the actual spiritual being that they have incepted from the start of, for example, as a Damara young lady. So I take so much pride in wearing this dress, simply because it's stylish, it has evolved in so many ways, and each dress has a beautiful, distinct identity and a meaning aligned to it, depending on the type of event. I would encourage all young people out there, particularly young females, to embrace their culture. There's so much beauty in just understanding who you are, where you're from, and as Africans, we are already enriched with so much inculcated talent and power, but we are limited in how we have perceived and accepted the Western world. So now our fashion styles are influenced and basically borders along to covering and shadowing our cultures. So I would honestly and in all empowerment just ask for young people to start embracing their culture.
Nice. Okay, let me just pen quickly.
And the public, the young girls, we start seeing them wearing this Damara dress to churches. We see them literally also nowadays, they get married in Damara dress. It's no longer the fashionable European dress. So it's really, there's a huge change happening, but there's so much more work still to be done. That's why we are hosting still functions like this, to keep on promoting, to keep on influencing, to keep on teaching the beauty of the Damara dress. Is we need to work really, really hard so that our children have something when they grow up, you know, so they can have something to teach their children, so that it doesn't die out. Because of the power of the European culture or the Western culture and the strength of their media. So we have to create our own platforms, make use of our own media in Africa, in Namibia, to promote our things.
That was beautiful. It makes me so happy, you know, when young people are so much into their culture and discovering their culture and promoting it. I mean, seeing these young ladies articulating so well about their dresses and the importance of culture and why we should preserve our culture for our future generation and the identity that comes with it was just interesting and beautiful to hear. So, the Damara dress, of course, I'm gonna get myself one. I told someone to get me one. I hope they do. So I'm gonna get myself a Damara dress. I know I have a Nama dress. I have a Shimbango dress. I need the Damara dress. That's my next one that I need to get. Then I need to get the Herero dress as well. One day we'll talk about the Herero dress. I mean, it's a famous dress that you see at different venues and also just paraded or showcased at different places. I think it was also outside the country, it was also showcased at some runways, the Herero dress, the uniqueness of it as well. So that was the Damara dress. I mean, it was just, for me, it was just the fact of seeing these ladies, you know, parading with pride in their cultural dress, which is the Damara dress, and how they were promoting it, and more young women and also just Damara women are starting to take pride in the dress, and also just starting to understand, you know, the history behind the dress, and also just taking pride in their culture. It's all about that, taking pride in our culture, understanding our culture, knowing where we are coming from, you know, and that is the most important things, because if you do not know where you are coming from, I always say that you are lost, or somebody say that you are lost if you do not understand or know where you are coming from. So yes, that was about the Damara dress. I was just happy to capture this, maybe because I started this channel of promoting cultural items, and when I went to record the event, I just felt so much pride and felt happy, maybe because I also grew up with the Damara people and grew up speaking the language, and the fact that I kind of just could relate. I felt like I was home in a sense. And also not just that, just seeing young people and also the elders coming together, hey, and talking about their culture and taking pride in their culture as well, and passing on the culture to the young people, the elders that were there, you know, passing on the culture to the young people, and the young people of course will pass it on again to their own generation. And that is how it's supposed to be, where we just promote our items so that we do not lose our identity. All right. So I want to dedicate this episode to Mommy Claudia. I call her Aunt Claudia, but a lot of people call her Mommy Claudia because she's a mom to so many. So she passed away this year, which was due to COVID, of course. We've lost so many people, so many heroes that we have lost. Like for me, Aunt Claudia was an undiscovered hero, really, because of the work that she has been doing amongst the children. I mean, I haven't known her for such a long time, but I think I've known her within the 4 years that, yes, within 4 years or so, 5 years or so. I remember doing a story about the orphanage that she runs, which is the Orlindi Children's Home. And you could, guys, I visited other homes, children homes, but with this home, there was just something special about this home because of the love that this lady had for these children. I mean, she has her own children, but she just had this love for these children that she takes care of, and the love that this lady had for these children was just so beautiful. And when I heard of her passing, I was so hurt because COVID robbed us of a person who really had the heart for children, who was a mother to many, who took care of so many children. I mean, so many children that went through her hand. She takes in these children. When you go to that house, you can see the love, and it wasn't just for camera purposes, but you could see that the lady really had the heart for children. And it was such a heartbreaking moment for me just to really hear about her passing. And I remember telling her that I was coming. She used to call me Serima. Serima Rodi Mwadi, and people were just telling me how every time I read news, she would be saying like, I Mwaske Di Mwasa, Dice Weekend. So she used to call me Serima Di Mwa with a R, Serima. Actually, the Damaras and Rebels used to call me Serima, or they still call me when I go back home, Serima. It's just quite interesting for me. So, yes, every time I see her, the hugs that I used to get from her were just that motherly hugs. I'm definitely going to miss those hugs, so I dedicate this episode to her. She was also a very prideful Damara woman. Even when you see her in those Damara dresses, you know, those are all locasis from toch. Yeah, so rest in peace, Ma Claudia. I will definitely not forget that home. I'll try by all means to make sure that I do as much as I can to source whatever is needed at the orphanage. I might not do it in, as often as it might be, but definitely that will always be my home. I remember talking to her daughter because some people wanted to give or were giving to their house, that I referred them there, and she was just, she was telling me about what her mom used to say about me, and I was just like, oh, okay, I meant that to her. I didn't know. So it was just a happy moment for me to really know that she really took so much pride in me that I never really knew. I'm Claudia, we meet, or, and I come and do stories about the orphanage, or I refer people to her. So may your soul rest in peace, Claudia. And definitely my prayer is just that her legacy, and I was talking to the daughter, I'm happy that she groomed her daughter to take over the orphanage. And you could also see that she has the heart for the children, and she has a couple of children, but she groomed this specific one. And I could understand when I had an engagement with her that indeed she made a right choice, because the daughter was even telling me that beginning of the year, a few months before she passed, she will always tell the daughter to go to the house and take over. But the daughter never really understood, why is my mom, she's home, why is she sending me to go take up responsibilities, not knowing that the mother was actually grooming her to take up the home. So yes, indeed, we'll continue your legacy.
Sunlight fell, it reminded me that life can be so gracious sometimes. And I felt like everything around me was connected somehow. They say, hold on to the ones you love, keep them close to you. And they say, hold on to this time we have, and let the light
with Selima Henok. Please do follow me on my social media platforms, and do not forget to subscribe, and as well as click on the notification button so that you'll be notified of my next episode. So yes, that was about it for me, Selima Henok. It's bye bye, love you so much.